We saw what is big data and what are some of the applications of big data. So any data that is hard to handle is big data. Hard to handle using conventional tools is big data. But we also saw there are some beautiful applications of big data. If we can use big data in the right format, we can actually increase the revenues of the business, or we can better whatever is the process that is existing right now. So analysis on big data can give us awesome insights. That's what we have seen. There are very beautiful applications of big data. But by the definition itself, big data is something that can't be handled using conventional tools or traditional tools. The data sets are so complex, huge, and they're very different. They're streaming data and they're difficult to process. What is the solution? How do we handle this big data? So handling big data, how do we do that? Let's say if we have a normal laptop, then it is very difficult to handle the big data, because if the data set size itself is 16 petabytes or 1 petabyte, and if we have a normal system that even might have just 1 terabyte of hard disk space, getting the data, acquiring the data, storing the data itself becomes difficult. Forget about analyzing the data. What we can do is we can take a supercomputer. So instead of one CPU, we can put multiple CPUs in that. Instead of one hard disk, we can put a huge hard disk. So we can have a supercomputer to handle the big data. Now the problem with supercomputer is building the supercomputer, or the cost of building the supercomputer is so high. Maybe institutes like NASA or ISRO, or really big institutes or really big companies only can afford supercomputers. Forget about individuals, even small and medium sized business can't acquire a supercomputer. In fact, the cost of buying a supercomputer might be sometimes really higher than whatever results that you are going to get out of big data. So the data set size is large, but that doesn't mean we have to invest a lot on the computer. So supercomputer is a solution, but it is not a cost effective solution. It is really costly for individuals. It's almost like impossible to buy a supercomputer just to perform these operations. So till 1985, there is no way we can handle big data. After 1985, what we have something called network computing, or computers can be connected through a LAN wire. So you can take two systems and somehow you can connect them. There is this network system came into the picture in 1985. So you can connect multiple computers in such a way that all of them, after connecting, might work as a single unit. So after 1985, we have really powerful microprocessors and high speed computer networks. So networking is what really came up in 1985. That is the most important point. So after 1985, we can connect few computers. So if it is local area network, that is LAN, a wide area network, WAN. So we can connect multiple computers in such a way that all these computers, after, these are all normal simple commodity computers, these are all less priced. So you can take 4 or 5 computers, connect them through a LAN. So after connecting them, they all act as a coherent system. That that is almost like, if not a really big supercomputer, at least that is a kind of substitute to our, or a lower end version of a supercomputer. So we can take few computers and connect them together to make it look like a really powerful computer. And all these PCs are really lower priced. We can buy few lower priced PCs. Even individuals or small businesses can afford to buy few PCs and then connect them, then try to use it as a really big computer. So how do we handle big data? So supercomputer is not the way. We handle big data using distributed computing. What exactly is distributed computing? What is cluster computing? What is a computer cluster? Cluster is nothing but you take few machines and you connect them through LANs and WANs. That is called cluster, computer cluster. So a collection of independent computers that are joined together using LAN is called computer cluster. So we can do distributed computing or cluster computing to handle the big data, because single machine, it is really difficult for it to handle big data.